Welcome back to another video. Today I was doing a reaction video on Will Tennyson's video about body dysmorphia. I already sat down and watched some of it, and he has some great points. Before we get this video started, I want to say thank you to everybody that subscribed. Thank you to everybody that's dropped a like, left a comment. If you're watching this for the first time, please take the time to subscribe. Let's get this video started right now.
Added circles, each one representing a part of me that at one point I wanted to change. I hated the redness on my cheeks, I hated the bumps on the back of my arms, I didn't like my nose, I wish I had more abs, and honestly, I wish I had more muscle pretty much everywhere. And no matter how much time goes by, I feel like nothing's changed, even though people have assured me that I've made a big difference. But that feeling inside me stays within, and that feeling, that's body dysmorphia.
And that's the sad part. Will looks amazing. Will has probably one of the best genetics out there, especially that he's natural. He says he wants to change a lot about his body. And that's because it's a mental thing. It's crazy how one negative comment can impact so many positive comments. That doesn't come from just Will himself. That comes from outside sources. Hearing it, and if you're not mentally strong, if you haven't dealt with your problems, if you haven't dealt with your insecurities, they creep up. They come and arise in a form of something like this, body dysmorphia. No matter how good you get, no matter how better you get in the gym, how much muscular you get in the gym, you're still gonna have insecurities because you're letting outside sources impact you, and you're also letting social media impact you. You're seeing other pictures of other people in great lighting, great pump, and they think, I'm supposed to look like that all the time.
What's your definition of body dysmorphia?
So the textbook definition of body dysmorphia is when somebody is preoccupied with their appearance. This is a psychiatric condition that actually pathologically interferes with your day-to-day life. People spend abnormal amounts of time thinking about it.
Exactly. And that's what body dysmorphia is. It's that we're looking for perfection. We think everything's supposed to look perfect because we see it on Instagram. We see it on social media sites all the time. We think that we're supposed to be perfect all the time. And that doesn't really exist, man. God made us this way, and you have to accept it, right? You can't make changes of your facial features. You can't make changes of how your insertions are for your body. No, you gotta just love yourself, especially when you're putting the hard work behind it to make the changes, right? I don't believe I have the greatest genetics in the world, but I'm doing the best for what I can do for myself. 35 years old, everything that I've been through, to me, I look amazing. I run, I cycle, I swim, play basketball, and I'm able to maintain muscle mass for what I can for myself. So you gotta learn to love yourself first before trying to make any changes. Because if you don't love yourself and you start making changes, you're gonna think it's not good enough. It's not what Instagram looks like. How come I don't look like him or look like him? Remember, it's all about your mental. It's all about fixing your problems and not running away from it.
Plastic surgery is not the cure for body dysmorphia. People think of it as a physical thing. It's not. It's a psychiatric thing.
Exactly. It is not a physical thing, because you could look like a Greek god, but if mentally you don't see yourself in the mirror as a Greek god, you're always going to think somebody else looks better, because you're always comparing yourself to outside sources, because you don't value yourself. You don't value how you look. You don't love yourself. You haven't done the work to get to those steps.
Nobody was really happy with their looks, and that's totally normal. Across all 22 countries surveyed, only 12% said they were completely satisfied in their appearance.
Wow. Only 12%. That's insane. That just shows you there's so much insecurity in this world. There is. Because there's people we look up to, supposedly like Kim Kardashian, like this actor, this actress. We think we're supposed to look perfect all the time. Only 12% of the population is happy on how they look. That is sad.
Currently at one of the best gyms in Miami, there are a ton of big dudes here. I feel quite small. got body dysmorphia, what can I say? But I look like this right now, but after a few exercises, I went to pump up and look completely different and Instagram ready.
And that's the sad part, right? Will just said in his video, there's so many big guys in this gym, I feel small. Why do you feel small, Will? Right? It's a mental thing, right? Who cares if there's so many big guys in the gym? You're doing the best you can for yourself, Will. You look amazing, right? You have great genetics, but mentally you think somebody else is better than you.
People chase their goals and seek self-improvement in one way or another. But the thing is, we want it now, and that's because we rarely do any of this for ourselves. Women have to look like hourglasses, and men have the societal pressures to look like chiseled superheroes. Because of this, millions of people in our society turn to steroids in hopes of bringing physical change. For example, up to 1 million Britons use steroids for look, not sport, with way more people using PEDs due to body image issues than actual competitive bodybuilders. And most of these people are way too young.
That is crazy, right? When you start the gym journey, you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for others to say, wow, you look amazing. Wow, look at these changes. But then as time goes along, you don't get those wow moments anymore, right? So then you start looking for more gratification, more instant gratification. We live in a society now that we want it now. We want it as fast as possible. We want to microwave everything. And then what happens is, if we don't get there, we start regretting ourselves. We start looking at ourselves, we're not good enough. And that's how body dysmorphia starts. We start comparing ourselves to outside sources all the time. We think we need to look like Thor. Women think they need to look like Kim Kardashian, who's had a million surgeries. Think about how insecure she is. Why do you think she has so many surgeries? She thinks she's not good enough. But then there's people who look up to her and they want to look like her. They want to get their lips done, right? People don't think they have enough abs.
Just finished my workout. My arms are at least probably 2 inches bigger than normal. My chest is probably 2 inches bigger than normal. So we're gonna compare my physique now versus me right now. So I just woke up, no special down lighting, not even the best lighting right now, just my natural self, no pump, and this is what I look like. People get really upset. You go to the gym, you look at yourself in the mirror, you're freaking jacked up, pumped, sweating, crazy lighting, looking in the mirror, and you compare yourself to that moment to when you just wake up. And that's not fair, and it causes depression in people. It makes people feel like they're small all the time, and you go down this circle, and then before you know it, you're like in this really deep hole that you can't really get out of. Like, look at this photo. I posted this not that long ago. Look at that. And then people on Instagram see that of me, and they think that's what I look like when I walk around all the time. But no, this is me. This is what I look like 95% of the time. Pretty big difference.
Unrealistic expectation, right? Think about that. How he thinks he looks so much different in one place to another. Yes, he may have a little bit more downlighting on him, but he looks amazing in both clips. And that's the point is, you see how he said, people on Instagram think I'm supposed to look like this all the time. Well, who cares what they think at the end of the day? It's what you think, Will. It's what we think as individuals. I meet so many young kids now, they think they're not big enough. They think they're not strong enough. I know this kid who's about 6'3", 6'4". He's about 190, 200 pounds. He just wants to be bigger. I'm like, how much bigger do you want to be? Oh, I want to get to like 220, 230. I'm like, and then now he's going down the rabbit hole, right? I spoke to him the other day. He goes to me, nah, I want to get smaller now because now I feel like I'm getting out of shape. I'm getting a little bit fat because I chase the numbers so badly. And that's what these kids go through. They chase numbers. They think they need to be the biggest one in the gym. They need to intimidate other people. They think if they put on more mass, they're going to be so much more intimidated, so much more confident. It doesn't work that way, man. It doesn't. It's all about your mental. It's all about fixing the problems you go through on a day-to-day basis. If you face some troubles through your childhood, you have to face those times because that's what's going to end up happening to you. Body dysmorphia. Because you never think you're good enough. You're going to always think someone's out there that's better than you.
With social media, young people are the most vulnerable to body image concerns because they're still forming a sense of identity and finding out not what they want, but need to be.
I want you to make me a basket of like what you see, you know, like the young guys come in who are like starting out lifting, like what they usually get.
A lot of people come and get the methyl hardcore.
Literally says anabolic testosterone right there.
The anabolic helps you boost up your testosterone. DHEA.
DHEA is a natural steroid with testosterone-enhancing effects. It's banned in Canada as it can increase risk of some cancers and even banned by WADA, so no competitive athletes can use it, with the NFL saying its effects are similar to those of anabolic steroids.
You see how so many people are just chasing results. They want to just be so big. They want to take any supplement, does not matter what it is, steroids, DHEA, whatever that is, SARMs, whatever it takes to try to get bigger, because society has said you're not big enough. Even though you have some good genetics, in your mind you think you're not big enough. And I've worked with a lot of these young kids, man. And it takes a lot of work for them to understand how good they look and how much they bring to society, because society has told them they're not good enough. They're not getting 1 million views. They're not getting 1 million likes. They're not getting this, they're not getting that. They bring no value to society. And that's crazy. This is such a great video, right? So many out there are facing body dysmorphia, even though they look amazing. Think about that. Now think about how many people who don't look amazing struggle with that on a day-to-day basis. Now we wonder why depression, anxiety, suicide rates are so up. And I believe social media is the main object of it, because they spend so much time on these phones. They spend so much time on these apps just swiping. You see unrealistic expectations on an everyday basis. So your mind thinks now that's how you're supposed to look. Your mind now tricks you. If you don't look that great, you're not good enough. And it's sad. Great video, Will. Ending it here. Thank you for everybody that subscribed. If you're watching this for the first time, please take the time to subscribe. Please take the time to drop a like. Remember, work hard today for a better tomorrow. And if you need help with your body dysmorphia, if you need help with your life on a day-to-day basis, I offer life coaching sessions. Go to www.dgfitmind.com and we will sit down, book a consultation, and we will talk. And I will embark you and help you with your problems, help you get out your own way, help you with your body dysmorphia. I'll see you on the next video.